come on. Oh, stupid internet. Oh, stupid modem. It's you. So Shawn, I have a sad story. I have a router at home. I've had it for about 6 years. We used to just have one computer. Now we've got, you know, an iPad, iPhones that we try to use wireless on to save on our data plans, a computer, laptop, couple laptops. It's been dropping our wireless signal. I thought at one point it was the internet, and then I thought it was our modem. And our company told us, you know, our ISP provider said, no, modem's good. So now I'm wondering if it's the router, and I'm wondering if it's time to upgrade. So what are your thoughts on having the drop signal?
Your problem is that the house is getting too small for all these new current products that you've been buying.
Maybe I need 3 routers?
You definitely need more router, yeah, for sure. With all the devices, routers have been changing over the years as well to keep up with this. There's a lot more feature-rich content that's coming through the internet, and of course that's your bandwidth, so internet connections are getting faster. Routers aren't capable of handling it and buffering it and displacing it to all the devices in a timely manner, so that's why you'll get things when you're watching TV through the internet or what have you, that it's sort of jerky or still framed, if you want to call it like that, right? Yeah. Newer routers do fix that. There's a lot more improvements with the router as far as the network transport protocols that they're using, as well as the buffering. So hard wiring is always one of the best things you can do. Of course, nobody likes that. Everybody likes to be wireless, but hardwire connection does work a lot better than a wireless connection. But if you are limited to a wireless connection, what I would suggest you do is get a router that's capable of sending out a signal to fill your home, so that you're at least 3 to 4 bars of strength on a rating of 1 to 5. A lot of your devices will have the little measurement on there, so you know 3 to 4 is good. Anything less than 3, you're going to run into some issues.
Yeah. We find that fluctuates too. Does that have to do, you know, it'll be full bars and then sometimes it'll drop right down. Does that have to do with the other people in my neighborhood that are on their networks?
It has to do with electromagnetic interference, actually. So it depends on what else you have in the home that's running through on the same channels. Routers nowadays operate, most of them will operate on 2 channels. Older ones will run on a 2.4 gigahertz frequency, which is 3 bands. 2 bands are used simultaneously for transmission. Whereas when you're into a 5 gigahertz, which is the newer one, you won't get as much range out of the 5 gigahertz, but you will get a lot more transmission line. I think it works on 10 different channels simultaneously. So, and it's a lot freer. There's not as many devices on that range, so there's less interruption, and the information can flow faster because it can hang on to more bands at once.
You were telling me something interesting about one of the routers here. It has to do with how it you know, it doesn't go in a circular pattern as far as pushing the signal.
Yeah, most routers, you think of a router, the best place for it in your house is in the middle of the house, right? So it sort of dissipates as in big circles if you keep drawing them outwards. That's depending on what the interference is, depends on how strong it's going to be in the different areas of the house. There is new routers that have realized that that is the problem, that, you know, in the upper levels of the house you're not getting a stronger signal. So what they've done is they've made directional antennas that'll boost the signal depending on which side of the router they're detecting you being connected to. So they draw a circle and they notice you onto the left, so then they try and triangulate and focus more of their strength to that area and then taking it away from another area, right?
Is there any way I can, you know, program my router to respect my computer more and let the kids get less?
That's under a management service, yes. You can
really? I was joking.
You get managed routers, yeah. But actually, then what that's called is called throttling. So what you would do is everybody starts off at 100%. You can throttle somebody down to 50%, leave your computer at 100, so you'll get more time slices, yeah.
My daughter's filming this. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What are the range for routers for prices these days?
Routers these days start anywhere in the, you know, the low 30s all the way up to $200, $300, depending on what you want to get into. Some of the routers, they've got lots of neat features on them, such as parental controls. You can get into that. You can also get into time, so you can set your routers up so that they'll turn off at 10 o'clock for different ports, so you know your kids won't be texting all night long, right? You know, you can stop some of that stuff. Control it a little bit. They also have routers where you can plug in a printer port to the router, right? You can plug in external hard drive to it and create your own cloud storage if you want.
Wow, that's a lot.
There's lots of routers now. Routers are a very important part of the computer system, really.
So someone needs to figure out how many devices they have, where they're being used, what they want to run off their router before they come in. They should probably talk to you to make sure they're getting the right one.
Yeah, and where they're going to place it in the home is one of the biggest ideas, and how far they need to push the signal.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Helpful.
And what interference you have, because that's really the best thing. So
Yeah.
run cables if you can. If you can't run cables, then figure out.